Hi, welcome back to our channel. This is Isaac with TWT Farm. So today I want to talk to you guys about what kind of fertilizers to apply at each stage of your vegetable plant. People do things different, and this is how we do what we do. After some learning and research, and they seem to be working. First of all, land preparation and your manure in the land, is number one that you have to do. But what we do for fertilizers is whenever we transplant, let's say you have finished all your nursery, you want to transplant. From that transplanting day one, once you do the transplant, you have to apply some insecticides. Spray insecticide around your area where you did the transplant, because otherwise some cricket or some insect will come and eat your leaves, those kind of things. And those same day, whenever you transplant, you need some fertilizer for root development. We use a fertilizer called table root. So table root we buy from a fertilizer shop over here. It's called Make Daddy, and you can also get some from Agri Seed. So after the table root, you also want to use a fertilizer that is high in phosphorus. Those ones will establish your root development. So sometimes what we do is you use the table root for the very first day, and then you wait for about 3 days. Then you use the high phosphorus fertilizer, after the third day. And then you wait for maybe about a week. Then you come back again with the table root again. And then another, let's say 3 days, you come back with the high phosphorus fertilizer. You are trying to establish the root, because without a strong root, you will not be able to have a good plant growth. So after all the root development fertilizers, then you come in with a higher nitrogen fertilizer. This that I'm talking about, it does not include all your insecticides and fungicide. I'm just talking about the fertilizers right now. But bear in mind that every week you have to do fungicide and insecticide to kind of protect your plant from sicknesses. If you are doing organic farming, that is different. You can follow the same thing, get insecticide, organic fertilizer, do your thing. So after the high nitrogen fertilizers, you probably want to use those ones, let's say once every week, so that you can do that for about 4 weeks, to make your plant have enough growth. Once your plant has established enough leaves and branches and those kind of things, then you come in with a fertilizer that has a larger amount of potassium, because around that time, most vegetables, after like 2 months going to 3 months, you see flowering coming. So for your flowers to come in abundance, you need a high potassium fertilizer to either foliar or apply them. You have to do that too every week. While you are doing all those things too, you want to be applying some calcium nitrate, for your fruit, so that you will not be suffering from blossom end rot for your fruit setting, especially when it comes to peppers, bell peppers, and tomatoes. Some people even start the calcium nitrate from after 4 weeks going. They will start that every week. They will start spraying them or applying them to make sure the plant prepare for the fruit setting, those kind of things. But the high potassium fertilizers, you want to be applying them at least every 2 weeks while your plants are having fruit. But you want to keep the high nitrogen fertilizers to the minimum. You don't want to do that. Always at the flowering stage, you want to keep the potassium or maybe phosphorus, high potassium and the medium phosphorus, spraying them, and then the calcium nitrate, and then once in a while you can get some, foliar fertilizer that is a micronutrient, have magnesium in it, those kind of boron in it, zinc in it. Once a week, find a fertilizer like that and apply it, so that it will take care of any deficiency that might be in your plant. If you do that, you keep the lifespan of your vegetables very, very long. You know, some vegetables that maybe you might have to harvest for maybe a month or 2 months, you can harvest them for about 3 to 4 months if you kind of keep those practices going. And then for the very first day that you planted your crops, so from the time that you planted all your plants, you're going to have to always work in your crops every day, check for sicknesses and any deficiencies and correct them. Bear in mind that all these fertilizers that I'm talking about, the way that we apply it is through our fertigation system. So if you have a crop that you have to use the granular fertilizer, so those intervals will be different, because the fertigation, applying through the water is always simple. So, the work is a little bit easy. But granular fertilizers, some of them take long to dissolve into the soil, so those intervals will lengthen. It's not going to be short. So thank you guys for watching. Please like the video, share it, subscribe. Then we will continue on this with those insecticides and the fungicide. And if you have any comments, just comment down there and let us know.